Hello guys, Magbagaji Agife Ikuzewi. Depending on the time you'll be seeing this video. Cost is here, aka the caustic stick, and welcome back to my channel. And Nange Mbe Mandabo to observe something that I have realized recently about we young men, about we young adults. Recently, this might sound controversial actually, but then let me say something controversial. Most young men today are not lazy, we are confused. Yes, we are not lazy, we are confused. Now, we I don't know, we are confused about so many things. We are confused about money, we are confused about women, we are confused about purpose. As a matter of fact, some of us, some of we, the youth, we are yet to figure out our purpose. Some of us were even confused about what we are, who we are supposed to be. And I can't lie, I have been confused. In short, as a matter of fact, there are things that I am still confused about. And then it got me thinking. And after a lot of thinking, I might conclude a young men, a young adults, we are not actually lazy. You're lazy, no? We are confused. We are confused. And then I felt like I should talk about this thing in my channel, and that is what I want to talk about today. And now, what I'm about to say is for educational purpose, and what I am about to say is my take. It is my opinion. You can do well to listen to what I'm saying and probably pick something from it. And yes, I feel why most of Asian and young men, why most of us you confused, why most of us are confused is because there is too much pressure. There is too much pressure. There is too much noise. There is this misguidance, and then the validation trap, or what the validation trap. And then these problems, they are real. Asian young men, as about philo age, young men who really know what they are doing, but pass through pass through, and then I explain by one after the other as I have thought about them. And then the first thing I want to talk about is the too much noise. But then before I talk about too much noise, I want to make this point. Like, when online, there are too much successful people. There are too many opinions online. Like, everybody is showing results, nobody is showing process. One man we say chase money, the other man we say chase purpose, another man we say travel around the world, another man we say focus on women, focus on love. And there is new formula every day, formula where we open every day to success. And after a while, you will now start doubting yourself. Mr. B, this one said I should chase success. The other one say no, I should chase love. The other one say I should travel around the world. And you start doubting yourself. Which of these men should I listen to? That is the too much noise I'm talking about. There is too much noise everywhere, especially here online. And if you are not careful enough, you will lose it, because the noises will be too much. You won't know which of these men to choose from. And that's one thing. This too much noise is one of the things that is making most of are youth confused. And then there is another thing that go to pressure. But shy pressure will bagging pressure. Anyways, but then pressure, there is pressure. There is pressure. Like there is pressure to make money early, pressure to look successful instead of being successful, pressure to have it all figured out at 25. And I don't know who set that rules. Like you are 23, you are 25, you are 27, and you feel like time is running out. You feel like you feel like you have been left behind. The social media makes everybody ahead of you, and you feel like everybody is winning, and you keep reminding yourself constantly like, hi, sometimes you see people that you are older than on the social media, they will look more successful than you, and you will now be asking yourself, man, where did I get it wrong? How come how come are these people more successful than me? And honestly, if you give it a critical thinking, most of the things we see on social media these days are fake life here and there. We are using fake life to pressure ourselves. Like you the pressure you are scrolling through social media, you see you are 25, you see a boy of 23, a boy of 18, you'll be like, I made my first 1 million, I made my first 5 million when I was 18, and you'll be like, where was I? And then you start mounting this pressure on yourself. You feel like, I'm left behind. And then instead of you choosing one direction, you now want to try so many things, and at the end of the day, trying so many things won't make it work. You do not look as if you are lazy. You are not lazy, my brother. You are not lazy. We are just confused. And I want to make something clear here. I don't know if you agree with me, but then the real problem is not the word we are into. The real problem, to me, I feel, is choosing a direction. I will talk about that. But before I talk about that, let me talk about another thing that is making we, the youth, look lazy. Now, there is misguidance. It is a low there is misguidance. There is no, like, okay, back in the days, back then, young men, our fathers, they had older men, babana guidance. Our grandfathers were there. There was a structure, there was mentorship. But now, most of us, we are being raised in the internet. We are being raised by the internet. Sorry, there is no real guidance. There is no clear route of passage. Just constant confusion. And instead of building ourselves, we start chasing validation. And this is bringing me to what I said earlier about the validation trap. Now, I don't know, young people, we hardly choose ourselves. We want to always seek validation from people. We want to seek validation from women. We want to seek validation from the social media. We want to seek validation from our friends. We want to look successful instead of being successful. You have a haircut today. You are asking your friend, guy, this thing fits me, or you just want your point to be validated. And if you are doing something and you are waiting for validation from people, then you will end up doing nothing. And at the end of the day, you're lazy. And you are not lazy, my brother. It is yet this validation trap that is keeping you in one place. And then after all these things, the too much noise, the too much successful people, the too much voices for us to follow, the misguidance that is not here, the validation trap. We want to tag all these things that I've said as a problem, and then I still think about them. Are those things really the problem? Yes, they are part of the problem, but then the real problem is not the confusion. The real problem is lack of discipline. Agree with me or not on what I want to say right now is that most of us, most of the youth, the young adults of this generation, we lack discipline. You lack the discipline, and that has been our problem. The problem is not the validation trap, it's not the misguidance, it is lack of discipline. You take discipline, no. See, let me tell you something. Confusion to me is normal. Confusion is normal, but staying confused is a decision. You reduce confusion by increasing focus, because if you are not disciplined, you won't be focused. And once you are not focused and you are not disciplined, every noise you hear, you want to correct that noise. You will want to be validated. You will want somebody to, if you are disciplined enough, you will be focused. And one might ask, how do I stay disciplined? How do I stay focused? And the solution is very, very simple. I have a list of them here. Number one, you have to pick a part. Pick a single part that you want, and then stay consistent on that part. Stop jumping trends. There are too many trends these days. You want to jump on this trend, you want to do this, you want to do that. I want to do forex, I want to do crypto, I want to be a web designer, I want to be a vendor. That is you jumping trends. Pick a part, stay consistent on that part, and then stop jumping trend. And one important thing, build quietly, and accept that choosing one direction means you would lose out on others. You are definitely going to lose on others. That you choosing a path is growth, is not confusion. You reduce confusion when your focus increases.